Welcome to Daytona International Speedway on this 4th of July weekend, where a sellout crowd of more than 200,000 racing fans have gathered to witness this spectacle under the lights. Tonight's crowd comprises the largest gathering for a nighttime sporting event in America. How bright are the lights here? Powerful enough to light more than 24,000 residential blocks, and once the sun goes down on Daytona tonight, the Speedway will be as bright as daylight. The drivers, well, they're as calm as can be before the storm. Bobby Labonte, number 2 in the point standings. Popular Bill Elliott preparing to get underway. Sterling Marlin, who won his first Winston Cup race here at Daytona. Mike Skinner starting 8th here this evening. And the rookie Tony Stewart. Is this his night? We shall see. From our vantage point just above Victory Lane, good evening from Daytona International Speedway. Hello once again, everyone. I'm Greg Gumble. Thanks for making us a part of your holiday weekend. Tonight, CBS and NASCAR are about to make you a part of history as we get set to broadcast the first ever live auto race on primetime network television. 43 of America's greatest drivers will be providing the fireworks as they rocket around the track at speeds of 200 miles per hour while competing for over $2.5 million in this 400-mile, 160-lap event. Tonight's race will mark the halfway point in this NASCAR season, as 17 of the 34 races will have been completed by night's end. Here's the way the point standings stack up going into tonight's Pepsi 400. Dale Jarrett is the points leader. Trailing him, Bobby Labonte, and then Mark Martin, Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon, and the rookie Tony Stewart. The man who usually finds himself atop those standings is Jeff Gordon. He's won 3 of the last 4 Winston Cup championships, but this season to date has not lived up to his lofty standards. Dick Berggren is standing by with last year's Pepsi 400 winner right now.
Thanks, Greg. And Jeff Gordon surely is one of the favorites to win this race tonight. He has won 4 of the last 8 here at Daytona, the last 2 in a row. What's it take to win these things?
Well, it takes a fast race car. We certainly have that. Takes, just being smooth and patient. A drafting partner wouldn't hurt, but I didn't have any of those in February, so we've got our work cut out for us again here today.
He's also got his work cut out for him because of where he starts. There has not been a winner starting further back than 10th in the last 18 Daytona races. He starts 11th. Terrell Sheheen.
Dale Jarrett comes into the Pepsi 400 as the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader, but he's starting this race a little bit deeper in the field than you would have liked, Dale, but you got some fast cars back here with you. Got Dale Earnhardt just in front of you and Jeff Gordon just to your left. Which driver will you choose to follow up to the front as you try to freight train to the top?
Well, it'll be hard to tell exactly, but this 3 car is pretty good in the draft, so we'll probably hang with him for a while. Long race, so we got plenty of time to get there. We're really in pretty good position. This is a good car for the race, so we look forward to it. Hopefully we can follow him up there, and then when it gets time, we can get in front.
Dale Jarrett will start 12th here tonight to Bill Stevens.
Dale Earnhardt has led more laps on this racetrack than any other driver, but for the second time in 3 years, he's starting an event here shortly after his son Dale Jr. was involved in a racing accident. In 1997, in the Busch race, Dale Jr. crashed before his dad ran in the 500. This afternoon in Milwaukee, Dale Jr. hurt again, practicing for the Milwaukee race tomorrow. Dale, does that hurt you to keep focus for the race tonight?
I talked to him right before we got in the car here, and he practiced this afternoon. He's feeling pretty good, so let's get through this race tonight, and then we'll see how he's doing tomorrow. But, it's a tough race right here, so everybody's going to be really trying to go for it. So we'll have to be careful at the first. Just hopefully we can be around the end.
He will start 10th tonight. Back upstairs to Greg.
All right, Bill, thanks very much as the drivers get ready and the fans are ready too for the spectacle under the lights. They're just about ready to start tonight's festivities. Let's go trackside and listen in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a night for NASCAR racing. A night to celebrate history, a night to celebrate heritage as we prepare for the 41st running of the Pepsi 400.
And now for the most famous words in motorsports, the Grand Marshal of the 41st Pepsi 400, from Subway Restaurants, Mr. Fred DeLuca.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
National anthem well sung, high fives exchanged by the pit crews, and joining me now is Ken Squier, who was here for CBS's first live broadcast in 1979. Evening, Ken.
Good evening, sir, and good evening, folks around the country. That independent spirit, that wonderful feeling of commitment that comes out of the United States is certainly well represented throughout this entire 43-car field, but perhaps nowhere more than in the front row. There you have Joe Nemechek, who's never been a winner. Up there, got it together, put it on the point, and beside him, 20-time winner, having a hard year, Ricky Rudd. He has put himself outside of the front row. But just as dramatic is the story of the car in third place in qualifying. Last night, final moments of practice. Car number 6, Mark Martin, at over 190 miles per hour, slams the wall with a cut-down tire, destroys the primary race car, and nearly destroyed himself. A broken wrist, a bent knee, a battered guy, but no one better represents this sport than Mark Martin, who later said, "I'm in a lot of pain in a lot of places, but if they said we were going to start this race in 5 minutes, I'd be there and I'd be in it."
He'd be one of the great ones to watch tonight, too.
He will be one of the greats from dead on last.
With race time right around the corner, let's take you upstairs to the gentleman who will be calling tonight's event, Mike Joy, Ned Jarrett, Buddy Baker. Good evening, gentlemen.
Thanks, Greg, and hi, everyone. This has been a 400-mile sprint of surprises. It's seen as many as 48 different lead changes, 14 different leaders, 5 times decided by a last lap pass, and twice the leader with 1 lap to go lost the lead and got it back on the way to the checkered flag. 1983, after leading this race 17 times in his 21 years of trying, Buddy Baker, car number 21, the Wood Brothers Ford, beat Terry Labonte to the finish line and won what was to be his final Winston Cup victory. Buddy, that race was won and run beginning at 10 o'clock in the morning. Tonight, we'll still be racing at 10 o'clock at night. You ran some laps around here under the lights. How is it different?
Well, the one thing I noticed when I tested here last year under the lights was the visibility is so wonderful on the racetrack, and it stays very consistent, the racetrack itself. You don't have to tolerate the sun and making the racetrack very slick.
So I'll turn to Ned Jarrett, our CBS race strategist and twice national champion. Ned, why are people saying this could be a better race tonight than it ever was in the daytime in a closer race?
One thing, Mike, the track stays much more consistent at night. With the sun going behind clouds sometimes in the daytime, it would change the track characteristics. They don't expect that here tonight. The cooler temperatures lets them run faster, but also I think we'll see more side-by-side racing than we've seen in the past in the 400 miles because it was such a handling race in the past, and that counts here tonight, but not as much as in the past. And so I think that we'll see many cars running close together, 2, 3, and 4 abreast.
I think so too. We saw a lot of 3-wide racing in practice last night. Well, cinch up your seatbelt and get set for the start of the 41st annual Pepsi 400 here on CBS.
CBS Sports presentation of the Pepsi 400 is sponsored by Pepsi, the choice of Daytona International Speedway. Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. And by Route 66, jeans, clothes, it's not Main Street, only at Kmart.
Back to Daytona International Speedway. The field goes into the west banking, turns 1 and 2 of this 2.5-mile super speedway. It was only up to 86 degrees today, but very muggy in Florida, and it has scarcely cooled. Temperature is 83, humidity 70%, a nice breeze out of the east at 9 to cool these fans. Trackside, the asphalt's 102 degrees. It's 97 degrees on board these cars. As we take a look at the starting lineup for the 41st Pepsi 400. Third career pole and First in 2 years for Joe Nemechek and Ricky Rudd, his first front row start in 15 years at Daytona. Mark Martin, winner at Rockingham, third in the points. Chad Little equals his personal best. Rusty Wallace, a winner at Bristol this year, the 89 Series champ, and what a sensational rookie Tony Stewart has been. Sterling Marlin, his last win came here 3 years ago. Mike Skinner was fourth in the 500 this year at Daytona. Bobby Labonte, second in the points, 2-race winner this year. Dale Earnhardt has won this race twice, 7-time national champion. Jeff Gordon going for his third straight win at Daytona. Dale Jarrett's won the 500 here twice. Michael Waltrip and Bill Elliott, both are Elliott in a Ford, twice the winner of this race. Wally Dallenbach, the former Trans Am champion, and road racer Jerry Nadeau. Jimmy Spencer got his first win here in '94, and Bobby Hamilton, a car that's won here 3 times. Then it's John Andretti, the 97 winner, and Jeremy Mayfield, 8th in the points. Jeffrey Bodine won the 86 Daytona 500. Dave Marcus starts his 62nd Winston Cup Daytona race. Buckshot Jones is a rookie, opposite last year's Rookie of the Year, Kenny Irwin Jr. Ward Burton was 7th here last year. Rich Bickle has a top 10 this season. David Green, the 94 Busch Series champion, and Kenny Wallace. Then it's Elliott Sadler, the rookie for the Wood Brothers, and comeback kid Ricky Craven, first ride for a new team. Loy Allen, his second start this year, and 92 winner Ernie Irvan. Johnny Benson, the 95 Busch champion, and Brent Bodine in row 17. 3-time Winston Cup champ Darrell Waltrip with Kenny Schrader in row 18. Then the provisional starters, Jeff Burton had trouble in qualifying. Terry Labonte, 2-time Winston Cup champ. Kyle Petty and Kevin LePage. Then in row 21, Rick Mast and Ted Musgrave. Finally, coming back off a hard flip at Sears Point last week is Steve Park. Now Mark Martin will line up third, but on the final pace lap, because this is a backup car, he will drop to the tail end of the starting lineup.
There were 5 drivers who failed to qualify for this race: Jared Cope, Hut Strickland, Ken Bouchard, Robert Presley, and Stanton Berry.
Manufacturers breakdown. There's 19 Fords in the night's event, 16 Chevrolets, 8 Pontiacs. Ford lead to Manufacturers Championship.